I like that one. I think that one's cute. I got a bunch more left for the remainder of the cruise. Let me get recording. We're going to get started. All right. Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard, and I want to welcome you to our smartphone and tablet Canvas seminar exclusively for Captain's Club members. So this is actually something very, very cool we're doing. Smaller group, it's okay. The goal is to make sure that we know what's going on. So here's something I'm going to do that I very rarely, if ever, do. I will take questions at any point during the class today. So that's pretty cool during the theater classes to be able to do that. That's something I'm doing just for the Captain's Club members on board. But I want to go ahead and I want to get started. Now I'll let you know, I have 2 pockets, and therefore in my 2 pockets I have 2 phones. I've got an iPhone in my right pocket and an Android phone in my left pocket. And I think that covers most of us in this room. Am I correct in that assumption? Yeah, she's got her iPad, she's got her Android phone. I got both. I've got iPads, I've got tablets, I've got all those other things like that. But today what we're talking about is we are talking about how the best camera you own is the one you always have with you. So last night, I'll let you know, I went out and I saw Irish Dreams out in port with the special event, and I was actually I was using my iPhone for certain types of pictures and my Android phone for different types of pictures, so I wanted to make the best use of what I had with me. So I know some of you have seen this class before, so I want to go a little bit deeper, but I'm going to still start with the same basic things, but I want to go a little bit deeper. I brought some really cool camera gadgets to show you that probably you've never seen before, but I wanted to go ahead and get started with something very, very, very simple. Now, I know a lot of you have probably been before to Alaska. Am I correct in that assumption? If you've been to Alaska before, you've probably been to Alaska and they've done what I call a whale drill. It's like a boat drill, but the captain comes on, he goes, "Attention, attention, ladies and gentlemen. I want to let you know that there is a whale on the port-hand side." First thing you do is go ask the crew member, which side's the port side. Then you run out, and you're like, okay, where's the whale? You find the whale, you try and get the fingerprint sensor on your phone to work, it brings up Apple Pay, you give up on the fingerprint sensor, you slide, you're like, okay, I'm going to put it in, then you got to go figure out the email app, open up the camera, by the time you've got the camera open, where's the whale? It's gone. The whale is gone by the time you've done that. So what I want to show you is I want to show you how to quickly open the camera on your device. So this is very much a follow-along class. So we're talking about quickly opening up the camera. If you're on this screen, which is the single most popular screen, this is what tells you the time. Do you know that there's actually a way to get to the camera from this screen without putting in your code? Now, important, it changed on the iPhones and iPads very, very recently. When iOS 9 was around, there's a little camera button that would be right here, and you would slide that little camera button all the way to the top, and then that would work. The problem is that has gone away. So what they do now is you'll notice that you can go, when you slide from left to right, it pulls up all of your notifications and your widgets. But if you slide on an iPhone from right to left, it will open up automatically the camera. Now, it's a little bit different on the Android phones, but I do want to show you that because I think it's kind of interesting because the Android phones have slightly different ways to do things. So I've got my Android phone right here. I'm going to take my Android phone and I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can see. Oh, there we go. I've got my Android phone up on the screen. And the Android phones, it won't let me show you the lock screen. The Android phones work a little bit differently. What they have is they have a little camera down on the bottom. But what's cool on Android phones is on a lot of Android phones, if you press the power button 2 times, it will automatically launch the camera. So this is not on iPhones, this is on the non-iPhones. If you press the power button twice, it actually automatically launches the camera on a lot of Android phones. But on other ones, it's right on the lock screen, there's a little camera icon. So what I want you to do is I want you to try and open the phone in that way. So you open the phone. Now when you open it in that way, you only have access to the pictures that are taken in that session. So you only have access to the pictures that are taken at that specific point in time. Does that make sense to all of us there? Now here's a very strange one. We should all have the camera open. Doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or an Android or what it is, but since you have the camera open, what I want you to do is I want you to take a picture of me. Sounds strange? I want you to take a picture of me. And let's see how many of us are doing it correctly. Correct? Incorrect? Incorrect? Oh, my. How many times have you cruised with me before? You were here like 2 weeks ago. She's got it. So what you want to do, when you take a picture, I want to show you this because this is important. When you take a picture, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you always have your device held in this orientation. So if it's an iPhone, you want to be sideways with the camera at the top. We'll get to Android people in a couple seconds time, but if it's an iPhone, we want to be, let me get this up on the screen, we want to be sideways with the camera at the top, and I think here's the important question, why? Do we see these screens that are up here? We've got the two big screens and we've got the screen in the middle. We see those screens that are right there on the screen. Now here's the thing, when I take a picture like this, it only fills a very small percentage of those screens. When I take a picture like this though, it fills a much larger percentage of the screen. You see the difference there? So there. Now here's the thing. If you have the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and you need to take a picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or the water bottle of Pisa, that's like that. Can you take it this way? No. You want to take it this way. Here's the rule. 99.9% of the time, we should take our pictures that way. Now here's the thing, that was in the manual. Did you all read the manual? There's no manual. She's looking like, yes, I read the manual. There's no manual. It's in the manual, so you read the manual. So you know and you can see this. So we want to take it this way. The important thing is camera at the top. Now if you take a picture and you go this way, and you got the camera at the bottom, that's fine because we can hit edit, rotate 90 degrees, edit, rotate 90 degrees, and then guess what? We've rotated it. But what do you think happens when you take a video this way? It turns upside down. I've done this multiple times before. Now, some of you that have Android devices are looking at the back of your phone and you're saying, well, I got a problem. My camera's in the middle. I got a problem. My camera's in the middle. So here's the answer to you. The right way to hold your camera is with the charging port on your right. So charging port on the right, that is the home position, and that's how you won't get your images to be upside down. So if you have the camera in the middle, the place where you plug it in needs to be on your right-hand side with an Android phone. Just to give you a concept there. Now, I see some of you using the flash. We're going to get to that in a few minutes' time. The quick answer is, don't. But you're using the flash. Now, have we all gotten our cameras open, we've taken a picture, and we know how to take it? Let's make sure everybody gets it. Go ahead and let's take a picture. Okay, my friend right here, next to the, flip your phone 180 degrees. Flip your phone the other way. No, one more. That's 90, another 90. You want the charging port to be in your right hand, just like that. So where you plug it in needs to be in your right hand, if that makes sense. That's where the plug is on the bottom. Yeah. I just want to make sure, because if you take pictures the wrong way, then all of your memories are going to be upside down, right side, round, not filling up your entire screen. Now there's another cool trick to actually taking pictures. When you want to take a picture, some of you when you're outside, you're looking for that little tiny white circle that takes the picture. I can't find that little white circle. So if you know, this is very comfortable on phones, not as useful on tablets, but you can actually use the volume button to take a picture. So you can use the volume up or down button to take a picture with your device. Now, on iPhones and iPads, all you can do with the volume buttons is go up and down. If you have an Android phone, though, what's very cool is you can actually use the volume buttons to zoom on Android phones. Here's the question, though. And this is something I don't normally talk about in the camera class. If you wanted to zoom into something, should you? If you want to zoom into something, so the way that you would zoom is if you have your phone, you know how you make something bigger by pinching? If you pinch, it will actually zoom. So you can pinch and it actually zooms in on the image. So I'm just going on my screen, I'll do it with my arm, with my hands, I'm just pinching, and it's actually zooming. Now, here's the interesting thing. You can see it on this screen. I don't know if you're close enough to see it on this screen, but this image right here is just a bunch of little colored squares, which are called pixels. And I'm close enough that I can see the actual pixels on that screen there. When you zoom in, you are reducing the number of pixels. So the cameras in 99.9% of our phones out there are 12 megapixel sensors. You might have a little less, you might have a little more, but they're generally 12 megapixel sensors. So if I zoom 2 times closer, how many megapixels do I then have? It's a third. So it would be 4 megapixels because pixels are squares. So it's a squared function. So pixels are squares. So you don't want to zoom as much as humanly possible because you're not going to get a great image if you go ahead and zoom. So if you've got a big grizzly bear and you want to get closer to that big grizzly bear, how do you get closer? You walk closer to the grizzly bear. I'm not sure about that. But you walk closer to the grizzly bear. Now I'm going to show you something very cool. The only phone that has this right now is the iPhone 7 Plus, but you actually have, so you see that's an image there, but if I wanted to go closer, that's 2 times closer. And here's the cool thing, that's still 12 megapixels. Because on the back of the iPhone 7 Plus, there's actually 2 lenses. So the best phone to get as a camera, in my opinion right now, is the 7 Plus. Now, let's not knock the left pocket, because the left pocket's not fair to knock the left pocket. This has much better low light capability than the 7 Plus does. I only know because I was doing low light shots last night in the Irish Dream Show, and this Samsung actually has better low light capability. Here's the secret though. The cameras inside both of these phones are made by the same company. You know who makes the cameras inside the phones? It's a company you haven't heard much from lately. Sony. Sony makes almost everybody's camera phone sensors are actually made by Sony, and this is Sony's sensor from the first half of 2017, and this is their sensor from the last half of 2016. So what happens is the next iPhone will likely have better low light performance than this phone, until the Galaxy S9 comes out, and then that has better, this is the way these things go. Is it's interesting because Sony makes the sensors and they make updated sensors about every 3 months or so, but it gets you better low light. So what you've got is, remember, when you're taking pictures, you can actually use the volume button to take the photo. So we use the volume button and we can take a photo. Now, here's another question. When we take a video, 100% of the time, which way do we need to take it? This way. Here's something I want to point out though. When we're taking a video, when we're taking a photo, you notice that you've got this black space that's right here. There's nothing in that black space that's right there on the screen. But when you take a video, do you notice that you can see through that space? That space is part of the video. So if you're trying to keep someone out of a video, you want to make sure that they're not in that space right there, if you want to keep them out of the video. So in a photo, it's not there. So in a photo, that's not part of your photo, but in a video, it is part of the video. And that's why when you go and you watch a photo back, even if it's taken the right way, you notice it does not fill the entire screen, because the screens are meant for video, not for photo. Now, if I were to go ahead and take a video, let's just take a video real quick, doesn't matter what it is. I'm just taking a video really quick to show you what's going on. She's waving. Let's zoom in. There we go. Wave, wave. Okay. Now, actually, let me point out one more thing. I'm going to take the video again, because I want to show you something really cool. So I'm taking a video. Do you notice that you've got that little circle in the bottom right-hand corner? While I'm taking a video, I can actually take a photo while I'm taking a video, which is a really cool one. I did that a couple times last night. But you see, when I play back this video, it's going to be a little choppy because it's going wireless, but you see that that fills up the entire screen, unlike the photo? So it fills up our entire screen of our device, unlike a photo. Here's a problem though when you're taking a video, and I'm going to tell you because I used this to great advantage last night. When you're taking a video, you notice that my hand is moving. It's not super steady. So when you're taking a video, what's very cool is if you can lean on something or someone, it will stabilize you. So if you lean on, say, this podium here, I think this podium's got enough back, no, maybe. But if I lean on that, you see how much smoother my shot is there? If you're moving, if you have both your hands free, it's a lot harder. So if you can lean over a table when you're taking video or anything like that, it will do a much better job of actually stabilizing your video. So we've got photo and we've got video, but there's special things as well on all of your devices. It might be buried in a setting on your Android device, but you have different modes like slow-mo and time-lapse and different things like that. So here's what I want to do is I want to show you a little bit about slow-mo and time-lapse and other modes of that sort. Now, slow motion is a video. Let's be very clear. Slow motion video is a video. So how do we take it 100% of the time? This way. Now, I'm about to show you a slow motion video that was not taken this way because I didn't take it. That's why it wasn't taken this way. But I'm going to show you some videos real quick. Let me find the great slow motion video. This is the guy I called in my morning class today. He used to be my assistant. I said, let's do slow motion, and I slapped him in the face. Boom. That's a slow motion shot right there. We were just testing out slow motion. He agreed with it. But I'll show you another slow motion. This is a slow motion from Alaska, from the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. This is when they're falling off the log. You can tell he just gave up and fell off the log. But what's really cool is you need to take a video in slow motion for it to be slow motion. I'm going to show you one more slow motion. This was one I took in New York City in Central Park. Let's rewind it a bit. Which is me getting hit in the face with the snowball. Let's see. Boom. And you see my reaction was even a little bit behind there. Now, slow motion is a video, which means we take it sideways with the camera at the top of the device. So we're sideways, camera at the top. Does that make sense to all of us? Now, the other type of video you can do that's not actually a video, it's actually a photo, is what's called a time lapse. If we're sailing in or sailing out of ports, you can take a time lapse. Now, I'm going to show you a really quick time lapse of me getting a shave. I don't like to shave. This is Fat Richard getting a shave. Look how big I was. Oh. There's Fat Richard getting a shave. That's a 45-minute period of time in about 8 seconds. Boom. What a time-lapse is a time-lapse is a video, but it's a sequence of photos. I'm going to show you a very pretty time-lapse I took about 2 years ago in Alaska in the Tracy Arm Fjord. And this is my 4K time-lapse, I'll get towards the interesting part, of the ship actually going into the fjord. But this is 7 hours of footage condensed down to 4 minutes. So I've condensed down 7 hours of footage into 4 minutes. Now, how I took this is I took my phone, I went up to my favorite secret spot to see us sail in, which is directly above the bridge. It is the fitness center. I know some of us haven't found it yet. I found it about 1.5 years ago. Unfortunately, I got to go back there. Before then, I just had a guy named Jim meet me every day, and then I said the gym came to me. I didn't go to the gym. But another story for another time. I'm actually going ahead, and what this is doing is this is taking a whole bunch of pictures, speeding them up, and putting them together in a video. Now, when you take a normal video, every second of video contains 30 pictures. When you're watching this video, every 30 seconds here, it is 1 second of real time. So this is at 30 times the real time of what's going on. So what you have to do to get an image like this is you need to keep your device still. So if you move around while you're taking a time lapse, it's not a time lapse, it's called a hyperlapse. And some people, when they watch a hyperlapse, will go, bleh. Not have a good time because you have everything moving. You'll see that's nice, smooth. You can watch it. No one's getting sick from that. It's pretty solid. So how I keep it is using something called a GorillaPod. This is called a GorillaPod. I snap this guy right into the GorillaPod right there. And then it's got magnetic feet, so you can stick it to any surface. I'm sure as Captain's Club members, you know the secrets of magnets on the ship, right? If you don't know the secret, almost every wall in your cabin is magnetic. Almost every wall in the ship is magnetic. I have nothing around me, so it's a little hard to show you this, but every wall in the ship is magnetic, so I have magnetic hooks that are on my wall. I've actually put small neodymium magnets in the back of all of my clothing, and when I finish at the end of the night, I throw it against my wall so my clothes aren't on the floor. And I don't even need to tag my clothes because the laundry guys, when the laundry's done, They go in the drum and they find some stuff to the inside of the drum. Like, oh, that's that crazy guy who puts magnets in all of his stuff. So they don't look like me there, but it's really cool. So you go in, and what I do is I will hang it from somewhere upside down, but make sure that you've got your camera on the top. Honestly, I'll tell you, when I took this video, I didn't have the camera on the top. I had to rotate this video. It took me about a week to figure out how to rotate the video because it was so pretty. I was like, I gotta figure out how to rotate this, and then I figured out how to rotate it, and it gave me a much better time in rotating it. Now, that's some of them. I want to show you another really cool mode. Now, this is something that as of right now is only on the iPhone 7 Plus. It's called portrait mode. It was actually really cool because I went out last night, I went on a tour, and someone had a 7 Plus, and I was like, hey, let me show you something really cool. I want to show you something called portrait mode. So this is what I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to need to come down in the audience to do it. Let me make sure we're good to go here. And I'm going to need a light. I've got a light there. So this is something that right now is only in the 7 Plus, but I think it's going to extend to a lot of different phones. You remember I showed you have that second lens where you can zoom in? What this does is it uses the second lens to actually take a portrait. Now, if I was going to take a photo, you'll notice that he's in focus right there, but you'll also notice that the people behind him are in focus as well. You see the people behind him. So if I take a photo, I've got that photo. If I take that same photo in portrait mode, though, it says more light. I have enough light. So I brought more light. There we go. If I take that same photo in portrait mode, what it does is it blurs out the background. It does a really cool effect called a bokeh, which can generally only be done with a very, 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 very high-end camera. And this is the first camera on a phone that has the ability to actually go ahead and do that. So you see the difference in these two pictures? We've got that one. And then we've got a really cool blended one where his face is soft, and even his wife has been blurred out a little bit, sorry. Even his wife has actually been blurred out in the photo a bit, but it's called portrait mode, and it's something that's exclusive to the 7 Plus. But honestly, I thought that my left pocket was going to get that feature, but it didn't get that feature. Because Apple bought the two lenses from Sony, as we were talking about, they sell the lenses, but Apple did the magic that makes those lenses work together. That's something Apple does. I think a lot of people don't realize that Apple has, as a company, over 1,000 people working on the cameras just for the iPhones. Yeah? Yes, the droids have something called Beauty Face. That's what the droids Beauty Face do is it takes your skin tone and and moves it across all of your face. So it's called Beauty Face, and it just kind of, if you have any imperfections, it clears it up, makes you look younger, different things like that. It's a really cool, she's like, how do I turn that on permanently? It's a great thing, you turn it on permanently. It's called Beauty Face. Now, another option you'll have is a square, or a 1x1. What is this generally used for? It's used for something called Instagram. You've probably heard of Instagram before. So it's used for something called Instagram, because Instagram pictures post in a square format. It's also very good for when you have to take a picture of food. If you're taking a picture of food, what you can do is you can center the plate, let's imagine that's a circular plate, right there, and then you get a little bit of the tablecloth in here and there on the corners, and it works out really well to give you a good perspective on your food. Now, the last mode in there is called pano. Now, do we know what a pano is? A panoramic shot. Important. I want to show you two different ways to take a pano, and I'm going to show you the difference with those two different ways. I'm sure how a lot of us have taken a pano before. Now, I want to talk about one thing. You notice when I'm taking a photo, now, when I'm taking a photo, you'll notice that that's pretty light. If you look at the side screens, because those are backlit screens. But if I take a pano, you'll notice that it's a lot darker. Panos require more light than normal photos to be taken. Also, when you take a pano, you must break the rule and hold your phone up and down, because it's making one long picture. Now, I am going to take two panos. I'm going to take a pano the conventional way. Many of you in this room will take a pano, and then I'm going to show you a really cool secret way to take a pano. Now, the conventional way you take a pano is you would start, you would hit pano, and you would go like this. If you're watching my body movement, I'm doing something that's actually messing up the picture. That is how all of you have gone ahead and taken a pano before. Am I correct in that assumption? Not about slow or anything like that, but you notice that the middle is bowed out. Notice that the middle is kind of coming towards you. Why that middle is bowed out is because when you're taking the pano, you're further away from the subject at this point than you are right in the middle. So how do you take a panorama that looks a lot more natural? Now, the thing is, this panorama is very difficult to take if intoxicated, because you need to walk in a straight line. But what's cool is you can actually take a pano by walking. It's called a moving pano. Now, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at a straight line on the stage to follow. I've got a straight line on the stage to follow. And if I take a pano this way, number one, I get a little bit more information in my pano. Number two, so I can make a much larger pano that way, but number two, I don't get the effect of the bubble. I lose that, I get an anti-bubble, okay. On this stage, it's not working very well, but when you do it out, you can actually do really cool things with it when you take a pano just by walking in a straight line. Didn't really have a straight line to follow here, but if you have a piece of tile or a piece of cobblestone street that you can actually follow, it's actually really cool because it'll take a long panorama. Another secret about panos, I love the secret about panos, if you have someone and they're taking a panorama of you, you can actually jump behind their back. This is a panorama at the airport beach in St. Martin. And if you think one of me's bad, there's four. So I have one, and then as soon as I got out of the frame there, I ran around the person's back who was taking the picture. 2, 3, 4. And it makes it even better if you have costumes. You think I kid? I have a great picture from the Vatican. I don't have it on here. I have a great picture from the Vatican that's got me an angel thing, and then devil horns. And it's a picture of the Vatican, and it's just got them like, great photo. But I can go in and I can take a panorama. Now, we've talked about all the different modes, but I want you to go back to photos. I want to talk about a couple of things inside of the photo mode. So inside of the photo mode, when we're taking a photo, something that a lot of people use a lot of time by mistake is the flash. Now, here's the question. What good is the flash generally? I use the flash to find things under the bed. So I turn on the flash, and I go look for the little cable or the wire or the SD card or whatever I might have gone ahead and dropped under my bed. But I want to show you a very useful use for the flash. And I'm going to borrow someone down here to show this. Let me jump down safely. Okay. I'm going to have you hold on to this. Just hold it right behind this lady's head right here. And I'm 100% sure we have all taken a picture before that looks like that. You've got the sun right behind, and what does that do to the whole image? It makes it go, So we got that picture, and we've got a bright sun right behind. So this is one of the few places where the flash would actually work really well. So if I go to the flash and I force it on, what we get is we get the flash to light up her face. You see how we have no detail there? We have a lot of detail there. It's what's called a fill flash. I'll take that back. It's what's called a fill flash, and what it does is it fills in the person's face. And it's actually really cool. And I got myself yelled at last night because I did a fill flash for someone that didn't want that fill flash. Someone was taking a picture in a dark room, and I popped up my camera, and I filled in their face. Don't do that! We want the picture to look terrible. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I was just trying to make your picture look better. When you have the flash, you should have 3 options on your flash: on, off, or auto. The right answer is you only have 2 options on your flash, which is on or off. We don't want the machines thinking for us. That's how we get Terminator. We don't need that. So you have on, off, or auto. So what I would highly recommend is keeping your flash always off. You keep your flash always off, and if you think you need it, you turn it on. Does that make sense to everyone? So we keep it off, but if we think we need it, we go ahead and we turn it on, and it will take our picture. Now the next thing after flash is herder. Herder. If you watch Game of Thrones, it's hold the door. Nobody watches Game of Thrones, okay. But if we watch Game of Thrones, this whole debate is HDR. What does HDR stand for? Someone should know. High definition is wrong. High density is wrong. Who said it? And what's the last word? Range, right? High dynamic range. You got that right? For a follow-up bonus question, if you get this, I will come up with the prize for you, just for this guy. What does DVD stand for? Digital? He said, digital video disc. No, someone else got it right, but the prize is only for him if you got both right. Digital versatile disc. That's kind of a fun one. Everything stands for digital video disc. What HDR does is it takes the lightest part and the darkest part of your photo and blends it together. Where does that become useful? Well, I actually have a lot of uses of it last week, because last week we were in Norway. And in Norway, oh my, an HDR becomes very, very useful. That's an HDR photo. That came from a cell phone. That's an HDR photo. You're not seeing the full quality of it because you're seeing it on a projected screen, but if you were to look at it on my phone, that picture is just as good as you can get out of a professional camera. That's an HDR photo as well. These are all HDR photos. What an HDR does is it combines the light parts and the dark parts of the photo into a single photo, which is a really, really cool function that you can actually do, is combine the light parts and the dark parts into a single photo. But what if you have something that you need to make lighter or darker in a photo? And I see someone who will work perfect for this. Oops. Okay. I'm going to use the zoom, yeah. So she is wearing a white shirt and she's got a brown or black blouse underneath it. So if I click on this white shirt, you notice the whole image gets darker? See that? And if I click on the black scarf, the image actually gets not perfect. Let me find someone who's wearing something else. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So if I click on the white paper she's got there, if I wanted to make the image darker, click on the white paper and the image gets darker. But if I click on that black shirt, it gets lighter. It's subtle on the screens, but on the screen of your phone, if you click on something light, it will actually make the entire image darker. If you click on something dark, it will make the entire image lighter, just to give you a little idea. This is what an HDR is doing for you automatically. So this is what an HDR is doing for you automatically. So you can do it manually, but an HDR does this automatically, which is what's really cool. Another thing you have here, right above, is something called a live photo. Now that, yep.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting to keep the HDR?
I'm suggesting to keep the HDR on auto if you have that option. So you keep HDR on auto, and when it has a shot it believes will work for HDR, it will give you a yellow thing that says HDR right on there. So it'll give you a little yellow thing that says HDR right on there. Now, you have a live photo. We might not all have this, but someone asked in the earlier class and said, what does that do? If you have that on your iPhone or your iPad, it takes a little bit of video before and after the photo.
Which one was that? I'm sorry.
It's called a live photo. I'll show you where it is. It's these little concentric circles that are showing right there in the middle. If you don't have it, it's only on the iPhone 6S, the iPhone 7, and the new iPad Pros are the only ones that actually have that on there. And then you have a timer up on the top. Now, what I want to show you is I actually brought a couple of my special gadgets that I don't bring anywhere else. Now, my iPhone is my primary camera. It's my camera I use for almost everything. Actually, this is my other camera. That's why I keep two phones in my pocket all the time, so I have different cameras that are available. But I want to show you some specialty cameras that I use that are things that you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. Now, this is from a company called Insta360, and it's a 360-degree camera that plugs into your iPhone. So you take this guy right here. Let me go ahead and pull him out. Pull him out. And I put this guy right here. It's from a company, it's a Chinese company that makes it. It's actually made in the same factory that the iPhones are made in. But if I go in, it's called the Insta360 Nano, and it takes a picture. Let me put my hand out of it. So we got a picture of the audience there, but what we have is if I take that picture, it's not just taking a picture of you, it's also taking a picture of me at the same time. So I have a full 360. Now, not only can I take pictures, I can also go ahead and take video. So I can actually take full 360-degree video. And I'm now taking a full 360-degree video. Now, you can see you on the screen, but if I wanted to see me, I could see me. And when I go back and I play it back, it will actually show you. There's the video. The problem is I have to scroll around to see what's going on, so here's where this company got interesting. The box that the product comes in is actually a viewer. So you can take your device, you can turn it on here, I can take my phone, slide it in the box. And then I have a full 360-degree view of exactly what's happening right now. Now, you see two images. My eyes are putting it together into a single image. Now, my friend in the left pocket also has an ability to do that. He's got a much bigger friend. That's this guy. This one, the phone actually clips in. It's completely hands-free. You don't have to hold it up to your face. And it's really cool because where we're going, and you'll see in the apps class that we've got a bit later in the cruise, is augmented reality. It's an amazing application that's coming out nowadays. But I want to show you, it's keeping on playing nothing. I want to show you one more really cool camera. Actually, I'm going to talk about two more really cool cameras, and then I'm going to talk about what we're going to do the next time we meet. But I want to show you two more cool cameras. Now, another camera I use, my iPhone 7 Plus, is waterproof. Let's be honest, am I going to take my 256 gig iPhone 7 Plus anywhere near the water, even though Apple says it's waterproof? No. That's why I have a GoPro. I love my GoPro, and that thing can be abused in the water. It can do a lot of cool things. So this is my GoPro right here, and this is the GoPro Hero 5. Anybody have a GoPro? I love the newer GoPro because it has two things that are very, very cool. Number one, it doesn't need a case. So it itself is waterproof, so you don't have to make sure all the seals on the case are good and everything like that. And it also has GPS on it. So you actually get your location on there as well. Now I traded up from the GoPro Hero 4, but the last thing that's really cool that a GoPro can do that the phones can't normally do is if you set the GoPro somewhere, this started with the Hero 4s, if you set the GoPro somewhere, you can have it take video and photos at the same time, which is what's really cool. So it'll take video, and then every 10 seconds it'll silently pause the video and take a 12 megapixel photo, which is really, really, really quite cool. Now, two more things to show you real quick. This camera is from a company. This company no longer exists. That's the GoPro Hero 5. That's the Hero 5, not the Hero 5 Session. Now, I'm going to show you this. I don't want anybody to buy this, because good luck if you even can. This is an awesome camera. What this camera allows you to do is it allows you to focus after you've taken the picture. I'm going to give you a demo on this in a minute. Thing is, this company no longer exists because they were bought by a company that's a fruit company. Okay, good. One person got it. Bought by a company that's a fruit company, but I want to show you what this does because this is such a cool piece of tech. It's called the Lytro, L-Y-T-R-O, and the technology behind it is what's called a light field camera. And essentially what it does is it focuses after you've taken the picture, which is like pretty cool. Let me give it a second to, I want to go ahead, I want to show you how this works. Here we go. Yeah, dip in here. Lytro, L-Y-T-R-O. I'm using an old program that doesn't really exist anymore, but I will hopefully be able to show you in a few seconds' time, because it's really, really quite cool. AirPlay 2 Touch Bar Pro. And what I can do, there we go, is if I have a picture like, say, where's that picture that I've taken with this that's insanely cool? Like, say, this one. View. Enter full screen. Now, you see that the fence is in focus, right? But do you know what the building says behind the fence? Now, you would have to take two pictures to get those focuses with any other camera. But with the tech that's in this camera, what's really cool is I can click around the picture after it's taken and clear it up. Here's the cool thing. You're going to see this tech built into cell phones soon. A lot of these cool companies come around, like I showed you. They come around, they release one product, and they disappear. Some of you have probably heard of a little company called Siri. It was a company that started up, made an app, it was a digital assistant you could talk to, and disappeared. Some of you have never heard of a company called Authentech. Never heard of a company called Authentech? They make this little thing called the fingerprint sensors that are in your phones. They're an Israeli security company that was bought up by the cell phone manufacturers to do all of those different things. Now, I've shown you a little bit on how to take good photos, but I want to talk about one last problem that we all have is, okay, we've taken all these photos, and every year or every 2 years, we go out and we get a new phone, or a new tablet, or a new computer, or a new anything like that. So I want to show you a really cool piece of software. We're going to talk about this in our apps class a little bit more. We're going to have an apps class not on the second C-Day, but on the third C-Day. We're going to be meeting again, talking about apps, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on this application called Google Photos.
For you. It's in your best side. Your phone has been there for you. It's seen your best side and your worst days. It's there for you in the mornings, and it's the last thing you see at night. You go everywhere together. Everywhere. You've even saved its life. It's your loved ones, your love notes, and your memories. It's been there through it all, in the palm of your hand. But forget that old piece of garbage, because you just got a brand new phone, and it is glorious. It's got everything except your photos. So get the Google Photos app, and all the photos on your old phone will be waiting for you on your new phone automatically. It's a holiday miracle. Happy holidays on Google Photos.
So that's actually really cool. We're going to be talking about that in our apps class when we meet together next time. So we do have other classes, just so you know. So there's 2 special classes that are just for our valued Captain's Club members this cruise, which is going to be our camera class and an apps class. And in an apps class, I'm going to spend a bit of time. I'm going to show you a little about Google Photos and a little bit about some different things like that. But we do have other courses available. We have our smaller courses, which are called iLearn VIP. The first one's at 3:30 today. It's an hour-and-a-half long course just on Google Photos. And what's really cool is there's a second course that goes a little bit deeper on a lot of the different Google things that are available. So the nice thing is, all of my courses will work on either that pocket or that pocket, which is very cool because it's kind of a first, because I don't know if any of you have been on the ship before where the iLaunch managers talked about Android phones. But a lot of people think that's crazy, but I want to make sure that we cover everybody perfectly. So we're going to be meeting again. Check your celebrity today, your Captain's Club welcome letter. But we're going to be meeting and talking about apps. But we're going to put a focus on Google Photos when we go about talking about apps and different things like that. So we're talking about Google Photos. We have other things on Akureyri. How do you say it? On the first Iceland port night, we're going to be talking about smartwatches. So we're talking about smartwatches and different gadgets and things like that in Celebrity Central. We're going to have some other stuff in Celebrity Central throughout the cruise that's going on. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we're going to be talking about the cloud. We're going to be talking about the cloud in Celebrity Central at 1 o'clock. That's relevant. We're going to talk a bit about the Apple Cloud, about the Google Cloud, how to save passwords, how to actually, if some of you don't trust the cloud, what's really cool, let me grab it real quick. I got it in my bag. Is I actually have a gadget that lets you roll your own cloud. There we go. This is actually a flash drive that works with iPhones, iPads, Androids, Windows, and Mac. So it's really quite cool. It's called the SanDisk Connect Wireless Flash Drive. We're going to talk about that in Celebrity Central at 1 o'clock. Like I said, we have a couple more iLearn VIP spots available, which is 4 intensive sessions that we're going to do at 3:30 each day. Elsewise, my name is Richard. This has been your Captain's Club smartphone and tablet camera class.